before I have spoken, Pokta Mayanaga, Jnana Yogena Sankyanam, Karma Yogena Yoginam. Those who are qualified Jnana are known as practitioners of Jnana Yoga. Jnana Yogena Sankyanam, Karma Yogena Yoginam. So those who are qualified for Nishkama Karma are known as practitioners of Karma Yoga. There are two kinds of Nishtas. One is Jnana Nishta, Karma Nishta. That Krishna is saying. Now Krishna is saying, actually you cannot perform Jnana Yoga even without performing Karma Yoga. You cannot even perform Jnana Yoga only. What he is saying? Na karma namanarambhan naishkarmyam purushoshnute nacha sanyasanadeva siddhim samadhigacchati. Now Krishna is saying, nacha karmana manarambhan, without performing your prescribed duties, naishkarmyam purushoshnute, without performing the prescribed karmas, a person cannot attain the non-action. That is, na karmana manarambhan, without performing prescribed duties, naishkarmyam purushoshnute, you cannot attain the naishkarmyam. Naishkarmyam means without any action. That is Jnana Yoga. Without performing Karma Yoga, you cannot perform Jnana. You cannot come to the Jnana Yoga. Nacha sanyasana deva siddhim samadhi gacchati. Just by renouncing, you cannot attain liberation. Just by renunciation of action, you cannot attain liberation. So Krishna in essence says next that what is renunciation of action means unattached to the fruits of action, not just giving up the action. He says giving up the action is not actual renunciation. Actually, it is impossible to give up just action. Instead of that, you have to perform action, but you should be unattached to the results of the action. So now Krishna is saying, Nahi kaschid kshanamapi jatu tishtyatya karma krit karyate yavashak karma sarva prakritir jair gunai. Nahi kaschid kshanamapi jatu tishtyatya karma krit. You cannot remain even for a second without performing any activity. Why? Karyate yavashak karma sarva prakritir jair guna. Prakriti will engage you to do, will force you to do some activity. So they are using all are forced to engage in action by the gunas arising from Prakriti. So these Prakritis will, the gunas that are arising from the Prakriti, they force you to engage in some action. So anyhow you have to perform action. Therefore Krishna is saying you should not renounce artificially. So Krishna is warning here, don't renounce artificially. Directly you want to go to Karma Yoga, directly you want to go to Jnana Yoga. That is not correct. You have to first perform Karma Yoga, then you will go to Jnana Yoga. So that's why Krishna is warning about the ignorant renouncer. That means those who is impure but still who has not qualified to Jnana Yoga, but still he has renounced everything and doing Jnana Yoga. So Krishna is warning, giving a warning for him in the next verse. Karmendriyani samyamya yaste manasa smaran indriyartan vimudatma mityachara sauchyate. Karmendriyani samyamya. So Karmendriyani samyamya, he has control Karmendriya samyamya yaste manasa smaran, but he is thinking in the mind. What he is thinking? Indriyartan. He is thinking of the sense objects. By which what is happening? Vimudatma. He is getting bewildered. So such kind of a person is mityachara sa uchyate. Such kind of a person is mityachara. That is kapata sannyasi. So Krishna is saying that kind of person is mityachara. He is not still got purified, but he is trying to do Karma Yoga. Krishna is saying such kind of a person is mityachara, because even after renouncing all the actions, still in mind he is thinking of the sense object, because he is still impure. Now Krishna is saying sense control Karma Yogi is more better than a ignorant renouncer. That means a mityachara. So a Karma Yogi who is sense control is more better than a artificial renouncer. Yastvindriyani manasa niyam yarabate arjuna karmendriyai karma yogam asakta savishishyate yastvindriyani manasa niyamyarabate Arjuna. By controlling his indriyani and manasa niyamya, that means by controlling indriya and manasa, by controlling his senses and mind, arabate Arjuna, and he performs arabate Arjuna karmendriyai karma yogam. So by controlling his mind and senses, what he does, he engages his karmendriyai in karma yogam. With his active senses, he engages in the karma yogam. Asakta savishishyate. Asakta means without attached to the results. So savishishyate, that kind of a person is better. Savishishyate, so that kind of better means better than whom? In previous words, what regarding whom it is described? Mityachara. So such kind of a person, that means a sense control karma yogi, is better than a person, a mityachara. Therefore, what Krishna is saying, niyatam kuru karmatvam karma jyayo hi akarmanaha sharira yatra pichate na prasiddhyet akarmanaha. If you think, perform your daily scriptural duties without attachment. Niyatam kuru karmatvam karma jyayo hi akarmana sharira yatra pichate na prasiddhyet akarmana. You cannot even maintain your body by non-action. You are a kshatriya. If you want to live, you have to rule the kingdom, then only you can live. A kshatriya cannot live by, if he has to live as kshatriya, he has to rule the kingdom. That means he has to fight now, else how he can maintain his body? So they will pay when he rules, the praja will pay the taxes. That's how he also, his body also maintained. So he's saying, if you don't perform your prescribed duties, how will you maintain your body? Krishna is saying that. So some Sankhyas say that if you engage in karma, then you will be bound by these fruity activities. You do some dana, you do some tapa, then you will have the karma bandhana. That bondage will be there. So Krishna is refuting such statement. What Krishna is saying, see, that comes in the karma yoga. Actually, karma yoga person, he doesn't, because he does without any attachment, he doesn't get any sinful reactions. He doesn't have any karma bandhana only. So Krishna is saying, yajñartat karma nonyatra loko yam karma bandhanaha tadartam karma kaunteya mukta sangha samachara. So yajñartat karma nonyatra. So lokoyam karma bandhana. If you perform actions, yajñartat karma nonyatra. If you don't perform actions for the sake of yajna, here yajna is yajna over Vishnu. Yajna is Vishnu. So you can take the meaning of yajna is Vishnu. Yajñartat karma nonyatra. If you don't do the karma, karyam karma samachara asakto hi acharan karma paramapnoti purusha. So tasmad asakta sadatam karyam karma samachara. So without attachment, tasmad asakta sadatam, always karyam karma samachara. You do your prescribed duties. Asakto hi acharan karma paramapnoti purusha. By performing action without attachment, a person sees the Atma. So whatever the Jnana Yogi, you can attain that, seeing that Atma, that self-realization, just by performing the Karma Yoga. That means performing Karma Yoga without any attachment. Performing Karma without any attachment, then you will see the Atma. But Krishna, we can see a major point here. In general, it is not, Krishna doesn't say that you don't take Jnana Yoga, engage in Karma Yoga. But for Arjuna, Krishna is saying, why? Because Arjuna is a leader. So whatever the leader does, general people follow. So that's why he's saying, because you're a leader, you should perform Karma Yoga. If you do perform Karma Yoga, then general people will do. If you perform Jnana Yoga, then all people will follow you and they will also artificially know. They will become Mityachara. So now Krishna is saying, Krishna is giving example of who all performed Karma Yoga. The example also that he is giving is the persons who sorry, only leaders only, like kings. Now he gives example of Janaka, who got just perfection by doing karma yoga. Karmanneva hi samsiddhim astita janakadayaha loka sangrahamevapi sampaschyan kartumarhasi. So karmanyeva hi samsiddhim astita janakadaya. He is giving an example of Janaka. He attained such perfection just by doing karma yoga. You also he did, and just with the consideration of setting example for others, you also should perform. Just for setting example for others, you also, Janaka did. He is also king. He also eligible for jnana. He is also jnani, but still he is engaging in karma yoga just to set an example. So Arjuna, you also better do karma yoga. So Janaka is another leader example who performed karma yoga, even platform on jnani. Even he is on platform of jnani. So how the performance of action by a man of knowledge. That means a jnani, if he engages in karma yoga, what happens? What happens is yad yad acharati shreshtas tat tat eveta rojana sayat pramanam kurute lokas tad anuvartate. Yad yad acharati shreshtas. Whatever the leaders do, the other persons tattat eveta jana. So common people follow. So sayat pramanam, whatever standards he said, lokastad anvartate, all the people will follow, because you are a leader. Whatever you do, the general people will follow. So even though if you think you are eligible for jnana, even though you think your mind and senses are purified, you are eligible for jnana, but still perform your karma yoga, because you are a leader. Whatever you do, the general people follow. Else, even though they are not purified, they will artificially renounce. Then so many problems will come. So Krishna will say, Krishna is giving example of himself also. Now he is giving example of Janaka. Now he is giving example of himself also. Krishna doesn't consider any varnashrama, but still he is performing all these prescribed duties just to set an example. Name patasti kartavyam trishu lokeshu kinchana nanavaptam avaptavyam varta eva cha karmani. Name partasti kartam. Partha, there is no name partasti kartam. There is no prescribed duty for me in this Trishu Lokesha Kinchana. In this entire world, there is no prescribed duty for me. Nana vaptam avaptavyam varta eva cha karmani. And there is nothing. What results are to be obtained are not attained by me. There is nothing to attain for him. Nothing to attain for me. But still, I perform my duties. So Krishna is saying, I perform my duties, even though I am not obliged to, I don't want anything, but still I perform all these things just to set an example. Krishna is saying, what happens if I don't do my prescribed duties? Krishna is saying, yadi hyahyam na varteyam jatu karmani atandrita mama vartamanu martante manushya partha sarvasaha. So if I don't engage in work, if I don't do my prescribed duties, what people will do? People will follow my example. So that's why I do the prescribed duties. We can see Narayana and Rishi, they came to show the world how tapasya should be performed. So Krishna is coming and setting an example. So now, what would happen then what happens if Krishna doesn't do his prescribed duties? If he doesn't do his duties, Krishna is saying, Utsideyur ime loka na kuryam karma chedaham sankarasya cha kartasyam upahanyam imah prajaha. So Krishna is saying, if I don't do my prescribed duty, then people will become unlawful. And what happened? Sankarasya. Then Varna Sankara happens. So Arjuna is saying, I will not do my prescribed duty. If I do my prescribed duty, then Varna Sankara will come. But what Krishna is saying, I will do my prescribed duty. If I don't do my prescribed duty, then Varna Sankara happens. So Krishna is saying opposite. So I will do my prescribed duty. If I don't do my prescribed duty, then Varna Sankara happens. That's why you also should do prescribed duties. So then he's saying, I would be cause of the Sankara, I would be cause of the mixed castes. That will pollute the descendants. Now Krishna is saying, Krishna again concludes, even though you are self-realized, still you do karma yoga for welfare of the people. Sakta karman avidvamso yata kurvanti bharata kuryad vidvams tata saktas Sakta Chikirshur Loka Sangraham. Generally, the ignorant person, that means those are impure, they perform the same karma with attachment. They perform their prescribed duties with attachment. But, oh Bharata, you are a wise person. Vidvams, so what you do, you do the same karma yoga, but with detachment. With detachment you do. That's how, like that you teach the people. You do the karma, your prescribed duties with detachment. Like that you teach the people how to do the prescribed duties, karma yoga. So, and Krishna is giving another warning to Arjuna, saying that such kind of ignorant people, that means those are impure, for such kind of people you should not say to perform Jnana Yoga. I mean, he is impure, you should not say him to renounce everything. Now Krishna is saying, Na buddhi vedam janayet ajnanam karma sanginam josayet sarva karmani vidwan yukta samacharan. So what wise man should do, what a jnani should do, he should not disturb a person who is attached to results of work, who is attached to the phalapeksha. He is having phalapeksha. You want to do yajna dana tapa to get something. So for such kind of a person, you should not say this will create a bondage. You leave everything, you do jnana yoga. What will become? Then he will become mityachara. So this Krishna is saying, you should not engage him, you should not encourage him to take Jnana Yoga, but instead, what you have to tell, you have to do the same Karma Yoga, but with detachment. So you engage him in activity, but you say him, you do with detachment. So you teach him like that. Engaging in all work with detachment, the wise men should engage them also in activity. So he has to set example, the leader has to set example, with detachment he has to work. Then such kind of person also, the ignorant persons also will learn from him and do with detachment. Now Krishna starts explaining the difference between a jnani who is doing karma yoga and a ignorant person who is still impure. How he does karma, he does these prescribed duties. So first he says about a person, a ignorant person who is impure, how he does this prescribed duties. Prakrute kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvashaha ahankara vimudatma kartaham iti manyate. How he does such kind of activity? He thinks Prakriti Kriyamani, Gune Karmani Sarvasha, he is bewildered by pride and he thinks he himself is the doer. But actually, who is doing? The Prakriti is doing. Even though Prakriti, that is the body, senses, prana, all is coming together, Prakriti, even though they are doing, but he thinks that I am the doer because he is bewildered by the pride. He thinks that I am the doer. Kartaham iti manyate. He thinks that I am the doer. This is how a ignorant person performs his prescribed duties. Now Krishna is saying how a jnani, how he performs a prescribed duties. Tattvittu mahabaho guna karma vibhagayo guna guneshu vartanta iti matvana sajjate. How a jnani do? He knows that his senses, he is different from his senses, and the senses are engaging with sense objects. That means he is not actually, he is thinking that he is different from these senses and this Prakriti, he is Atma, he is differentiating himself, Atma, from the other Prakriti. Then he is saying that he is not attached to the sense objects. In that way, he is not attached to sense object, understanding that only senses are engaging with the sense objects. If he is creating gulab jamun, his tongue is engaging with the gulab jamun. I am not doing. I am Atma. I am separate from it. So he doesn't think that I am the actual doer. If someone is saying class, if he doing dana or yajna or anything, the senses they are doing, but I am not an actual doer. The senses are engaged with the sense objects, whatever the activity he does. So now again Krishna again concludes the previous thing: do not disrupt the minds of the ignorant person. Don't encourage a fruitive mentality person to do Jnana Yoga. Krishna again is saying, again and again is saying, Prakrutir guna sammuda sajjante guna karmasu tan akrishna vido mandang krishna vinna vichalayet. Prakrute guna sammuda. So he is those bewildered by the senses made of Prakriti, sajjante guna karmasu. He engages in the sajjante, he engages in the guna karmasu. That means guna karmasu means fruitive activity. Tan akrishna vido mandan krishna vinna vichalayet. But those who knows the vido krishna vin, that means those who are knowledgeable person, those who are jnanis, what they do, they do not disturb, to whom akrishna vido mandan, such kind of a foolish person, he doesn't disturb, he doesn't encourage him to take Jnana Yoga. So now Krishna is saying, so even the knowers of truth should perform action. But since Arjuna is not on the platform of Jnana Yoga, so advised to perform his prescribed duty. So now Krishna is saying, you don't do Jnana Yoga, no you do. Even if you think you're eligible for Jnana Yoga, you still do Karma Yoga, because to set an example. But Krishna is again and again advising him to perform his prescribed duties. What is that? Fighting. That comes here. You just so get the jura. Mayi sarvani karmani sanyasya adhyatma chetasaha nirashir nirmamo bhutva yudhyasva vigata jvaraha. Mayi sarvani karmani. You offer Mayi sarvani karmani sanyasya adhyatma chetasa. You offer everything to, all activities to me. Sannyasa, you offer everything to me. Adhyatma chetasa. Adhyatma chetasa means the consciousness of soul. So fix it in the soul. That means he is doing all the activities. He is offering all the activities to the Lord, but at the same time he is thinking that I am not the body, I am the soul. Nirasha nirmama bhutva. Without any nirasha, without any desire for results. Nirmama bhutva. Without any possessiveness that I am the doer. You fight, you just so vigata jara. You fight vigorously, you devoid of suffering. So Krishna is again and again is saying, you perform your karma, your prescribed duties, that is fighting, that is karma, you perform your prescribed duties, karma yoga, that is fighting, by offering all activities to me. So again, so we have seen everywhere when Krishna says something, you do like this, you better do like this. Then Krishna says, what is the result of it? Falashruti again he gives. So what is the advantage of performing action like that? Now Krishna is saying, Ye me matam idam nityam anutishtanti manavaha shraddhavanto anasuyanto muchyante tepi karmabhihi. Only those who always follow my teachings with faith, without envy. Shraddhavanto anasuyanto, with faith and without envy, such kind of person, muchyante pi karmabhi. They are freed from the bondage. So if those always follow my teachings, my teachings with faith and without any envy, such kind of a person freed from the bondage of action. So you should fight. You offer everything to me. You fight. You will not be engaged. You will not get any karma. There is no karma bandhana will be for you. Krishna is saying that. So Krishna is saying, but what happens if someone doesn't act according to my instructions? What happens if you don't act like them? एत्वेतद् अभ्यासूयन्तो नानुतिष्ठन्ति मे मतम् सर्वज्ञानविमूढांस्तान् विद्धि नष्टान् अचेतसः. But know that those who do not follow my teaching, though if you don't follow my teachings, what happens? Nanutishtant me matam sarvajnana vimudamsa. You will be bewildered. You will be devoid of all knowledge. You will not have any proper description, and ignorant of teaching about action. So nashtan achedasa. So you will be lost. Anyway, if you don't follow me, you will be devoid of all knowledge, and there is no proper discrimination for you. Then you will be lost. Krishna is saying. So now, if it gives such a great result, why don't all people? So we get in a lot. If doing like this karma yoga, it will not have any bondage to you. It will not keep any bondage to you. Why don't all people perform their duties like that, restraining their senses and being attached? Krishna is saying. सदृशं चेष्टते स्वस्या प्रकृतिर्ज्ञानवानपि प्रकृतिं यन्ति भूतानि निग्रह किं करिष्यति. So even a man of knowledge, those who are Jnanavan, still he acts according to his swabhava. He according to his prakritir jnanavanapi sadrusham chetase swasa. He acts according to his swabhava. So what can instruction or threat of punishment accomplish? So everyone acts according to their swabhava. What is the need of the instruction that Krishna is saying? Nigraha kim karishyati. What is the need of the instruction? So here we can see Arjuna, he was acting as a eunuch in the Virata kingdom. So, but his swabhava came out. As soon as there is an opportunity for war, he took the bow and arrow and started fighting. Bhima, they were begging in the Ekachakra. So, as soon as he was set to fight with Bakasura, he again became Kshatriya. So, everyone act according to their swabhava. Krishna is saying even the man of knowledge, they also act according to their, even the man of knowledge of scriptures, even though they know the scriptures knowledge, still they act according to their swabhava. As soon as there is a chance of as a Kshatriya, they are acting as a Kshatriya, Arjuna. So now someone may question that if everyone acts according to their nature, so why there is a injunctions in the Shastras that you do this, you should not do this, because everyone is just acting by their nature only, their swabhava, whatever it happens, whatever their nature is, they'll act like that. But Krishna is saying, no, you should not come under such sway of senses. Every senses will have their attraction, repulsion. You should not come under that. So Krishna is saying, इंद्रियस्येन्द्रियास्यार्थे रागद्वेषो विवस्थितौ तयोर्न वशम् आगच्छेत् तौ हि यस्य परिपन्थिनो. So each sense object will have raga, dvesha. Each sense object will have attachment and repulsion. Each sense object will, I like this sense, I like hot water, I don't like cold water. I like this, I don't like this. So each sense object will have something attachment. So it likes something and it doesn't like something. So Krishna is saying, you don't come under the control of this, you don't come under the sway of the senses, because senses sometimes like this, sometimes doesn't like it. Don't come under that. You should not come under the control of such attachment and repulsion. These are the two obstacles that Krishna is saying. Therefore, one should not come under such. So, even though its nature, Krishna is saying, even though some so everyone acts according to their nature, but you should not come under the control of your senses. I mean, this attachment and repulsions of the senses. So now someone may question, now sometimes, okay, you are saying like that, but sometimes prescribed duty is there, but it is very difficult to do. Can I do others prescribed duty? No, Arjuna is Kshatriya. He want to act as a sannyasi. So as a begging. So Krishna is saying, now can he Arjuna question like this, can my prescribed duty is very difficult to do, can I do others prescribed duty? Krishna is saying, Shreyan Swadharmo Vigunaha Paradharmat Swanushthitat Swadharme Nidanam Shreyaha Paradharmo Bhayavaha Shreyan Swadharmo Vignaha. It is better to perform your Swadharma, your prescribed duty, Vignaha, with faults, Paradharma Swa Anushtitat, than doing the other dharma. Swadharme Nidanam Shreya. It is better to die being situated in one's own duties. So, Paradharma Bhayavaha, performing others' duties is a cause of misfortune. We can see you better do your Swadharma, don't even though it is with faults, don't do other Swadharma, even though you can do it perfectly. So we can see Vishwamitra he's a Kshatriya, but he want to become a Brahmana. So he was doing tapasya. Then when Trishanku comes, Trishanku says, I don't have punya, but still I want to go to Swarga. He was sending it to Swarga, and again Indra is pushing him back to earth. So he was in the middle only, in inverted position. So he is trying to act as a Brahmana. Even the Drona, he is a Brahmana, but he acted like a Kshatriya, even though he did it perfectly, but still he was criticized because he was a Brahmana, but he is acting like a Kshatriya. So now Krishna said, you should not come under the sway of senses. Now Arjuna, considering this, now he is asking an important question. How it is very impossible to come under the to control this attachment repulsion of these senses. So now Arjuna asks the question. Arjuna uvacha atakena prayuktoyam papam charati purusaha anichan api varshneya baladiva niyojitaha. Arjuna is saying, atakena prayuktoyam, by what one is forced to papam charati purusha, one is forced to engage in sin, anichannavi varshneya. So even though unwillingly, anichannavi varshneya, baladiva niyojita, one is forced to engage in this sin. By what is that force? Arjuna is asking. Because Arjuna considers this lust is a major obstacle in Karma Yoga. He asked, this sense control is a major obstacle in Karma Yoga. He asked, what is that thing which forces one to do sinful activities? No, Krishna is saying, Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Kamayesha Krodayesha Rajo Guna Samudbhavaha Mahashano Mahapatma Vidyenam Iha Vairinam. Krishna is saying, Kamayesha Krodayesha, this lust and then the anger that comes from the lust, whether satisfied or unsatisfied. Rajoguna Samudbhava, this is arising from the Rajoguna. Mahashano Mahapatma Vidyenam Iha Vairinam. It is a greatest, this is one of the greatest Mahapatma. This is the greatest enemy. Vidyenam Iha Vairinam. No, this is one of the greatest, one of the enemy. So this is known as the greatest devourer or great sinful one. This is the actual enemy. Because of the lust only, someone cannot control the senses. Someone engages in the sinful activities. Now Krishna explained the 3 degrees of covering of lust. Dhumrena vriyate vakhnir yata darsho malena cha yatolbenavruto garbhas tata tenedamavrutam. Now Krishna is saying, as fire is covered by smoke, the mirror by dust, and embryo by womb, so the knowledge is covered by the lust. So these are the three layers of, three degrees of covering of the lust. So Baldev Bhushan is nicely explaining each of them. So Krishna has given this analogy. Mirror is covered, fire is covered by the smoke. It is not bright, but is able to perform its function of heating to some degree. It is able to function. Even the fire is covered by the smoke, it is able to function something. Mirror, it is covered by the dust, with the dust. It is not able to do its function. What is its function? It should reflect. It is not able to do that because of the dust. And embryo covered by the womb. What embryo covered by the womb? He cannot move his legs and do. That means he cannot do any function at all. So, what Baldev Vidyabhushan is saying, in the same way, knowledge covered slightly by kama, when there, if there is a the first degree of kama, there is a slightly kama, he can grasp some part of some truth. The knowledge is functioning. But if the knowledge is moderately covered, as in the second case, so it cannot grasp the truth. You say something, he cannot grasp the truth only. That means that the functioning is only not there. And the knowledge intensely covered by the kama, that means cannot function and cannot even be perceived as knowledge. It cannot function also, and it cannot be perceived as knowledge also. So Krishna is saying these 3 degrees of the lust. So Krishna is saying the inimical nature of this lust. Krishna is saying, what is this lust? Avrutam jnanam etena jnanino nitya vairina kama rupena kaunteya dushpurena nalena cha. Avrutam jnana etena. This avrutam jnana, the jiva knowledge is covered by this. What this lust do? It covers the jiva's knowledge. Jnanino nitya vairina. It is a constant enemy. Nitya vairina. It is constant enemy. It is a constant enemy. Kama rupena kaunteya dushprena nalena. This lust is a constant enemy. And what is the nature of it? Dushpurena nalena cha. It is like a unsatisfied fire. The more you put ghee in it, more it blazes. So it is like unsatisfied fire. So Krishna is explaining the nature of the lust. Krishna is saying this lust is the only enemy, and he explained about the 3 degrees of this lust. And then he's saying, what is the nature of this lust? What is the nature of this lust? It is like a unsatisfied fire. The more you try to satisfy it, the more it blazes. So now Krishna said, this is the enemy. Now enemy, if enemy has to attack, they should have strategic positions. Now Indian army has gone to the strategic positions in the Ladakh, and they occupied that, so that any war happens, they are in the strategic positions, they can have the upper hand. So now this lust also is having the strategic positions in our body, in us, so that in that way it is attacking us. So where does this lust reside? Krishna is saying these strategic positions, where it is. Indriyani mano buddhir asyadhishtanam uchyate eter vimohayatyesha jnanam avritya dehinam. So where Indriyani, the senses, mana, the mind, buddhir, intelligence, are the seeds of the lust. Asya adhishtanam uchyate. So they are the seeds of the lust. Eter vimohayatyesha jnanam avritya dehinam. So like this, it covers the knowledge of the soul.